Hello everyone, Shinto Bean here, discussing some more Warhammer combat cards, and we are at the start of a new season. About time for the anniversary of Warhammer combat cards, and this year will be the 6th year anniversary of the game. That will happen during this Grey Knights season. You can see the battle pass right there, and the season will start on Monday, August 4th. So in addition to buffing the seasonal cards, in this case the Grey Knights, it also sounds like they're going to be focusing more on Warlords. You may have seen the live stream where they already talked about a completely new mechanic that they're introducing into the game called enhancements, which allow you to give special upgrades to your Warlords. I watched a part of it, but I don't really know enough about how it works or how they're going to implement it, so I'll cover that when it's actually released. It looks like there will be a new Supreme Commander, Kaldor Drago, and it looks like they're going to actually be balancing Warlords every season. Here it says they're going to buff the 3 lowest performing Warlords from the previous season, and then the highest performing Warlord will get nerfed. It sounds like they're starting this series of buffs and nerfs to Warlords with this season starting in August, but looking at the balance changes, it doesn't quite look like they're following that formula there, so not really sure what the reasoning for that is, but they're also making some changes to ranked mode, specifically the top tiers of ranked mode after you reach Terra. A while back they made a change that just made it the upper levels within Terra much more difficult, just adding stats to the cards the further you go. And a lot of players, it sounds like, were not happy with that. They are toning it down a little bit, but the buffs still remain in place, just not quite as extreme as you can see right there. But let's take a look at the balance changes, starting with the Warlords. First of all, we have Hatred's Embrace. This is the Chaos Knight Abominant Dreadblade. So this is going down 10 points to put it at 90. And then its special rule, I guess these Knight Warlords don't actually count as Supreme Commanders, so their special rule doesn't have 2 parts, it's just one thing, and in the case of these, it only buffs cards in your deck that are 40 or more points, which greatly limits the type of deck you can make with them. But for this one, they are buffing the special rule by increasing the damage buff from 40% to 50%. Next up is the Imperial version of the Knight Warlord, Canis Rex. So this one is in 60th place, and currently, by the way, there are 66 Warlords in the game, I believe, that are playable in ranked mode. Well, according to this, the Chaos Dreadblade is actually the lowest Warlord in the whole game, and you can see the play rate, 0.1% of players, so yeah, nobody's actually playing these cards. But yeah, this one is in 60th place, apparently, has a 70% win rate, and it's just going down 10 points as well, from 100 to 90. Next up is Etok Warspik, one of the most annoying warlords to play against, hailing from the leagues of Votann. Thankfully, they are not buffing his special rule and simply just increasing the stats and the ready type on the warlord. So he'll be getting plus 40 health, which is a pretty significant amount for a 28-point card. And his ready type, which currently is psychic debuff, will be changed to ranged buff, which is more useful. Though I don't know how often you'll be going ranged once you have him on the field. So yeah, that's not too bad. And then in 64th position is Trajan Valoris, the Supreme Commander version. This guy's special rule is about to get a massive boost, increasing their attack stats from 25 to 40%, which is pretty huge. And then once they go under 50% base health, the damage reduction is going from 25% to 30%. I find that the second part of that rule is not very impactful, because many times enough damage is dealt that just a little bit of damage reduction isn't going to save the card in many cases. But that big boost to the attack stats will be nice to see, and will definitely make Trajan a lot more fun. Now, will it make it more competitive, considering the cost? Maybe not too much. Let's move on to the bodyguards. So we got some Grey Knights. First of all, the Battle Brother. This guy has been buffed a number of times before, but he's getting an additional plus 5 psychic and plus 5 melee. Then we got the Paladin Apothecary with Medicae, probably one of the least popular Medicae units that Space Marines have, but he is getting plus 8 psychic and plus 3 melee. Then we got this guy with Psychic Link, just getting +3 ranged, +10 Psychic, and +5 melee. So the +10 Psychic will definitely make the Psychic Link a lot more impactful. He'll be able to deal some pretty good damage. And then the last change is to the Grey Knight's Venerable Dreadnought, which is losing Psychic Link as its secondary trait and getting it switched to Shield, which I guess is better. I still think Precision Shot is kind of an odd choice for the main trait of this Dreadnought. Now, Shield would have made it a lot better if that was the main trait, but also really annoying to deal with. And yeah, that is all, you know, for the balance changes. So just, I mean, obviously the Warlord buffs might be kind of significant. The Grey Knights honestly are not really that good, the bodyguards. So yeah, this season there's not going to be much impact on the meta. In terms of cards getting added to the general pool, Lycus, Phoenix Lord of the Warp Spiders, a legendary card with target acquired and shields, is getting added to the Eldari pool. And then for Servants of the Emperor, we've got Supreme Commander Arcadian Leontis, and a bunch of mostly Death Corps of Krieg units, which are pretty cool. I like the Heavy Mortar Artillery team. That one's pretty nice. But yeah, that's it. Not a whole lot of meat on this anniversary battle pass, but hopefully the anniversary event will live up to its name. And of course I will be covering that when it kicks off. But that's it for this one. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.